There are moments in life when you wonder why things keep happening the way they do. You might call it fate, destiny, or perhaps just a run of good or bad luck. But behind every pattern, every repeated outcome, there is something deeper at work. The hidden programs of your subconscious mind. Joseph Murphy, a pioneer in the study of the mind's power, dedicated his life to revealing this invisible mechanism that shapes our daily experience. The first thing you must realize is this: your subconscious mind does not think in the way your conscious mind does. It does not argue, reason, or debate. Instead, it simply accepts what you impress upon it, especially when that impression is charged with emotion or repetition. When you hear yourself say, "I can never change," "I am unlucky," or "things never work out for me," your subconscious listens without judgment and sets about making it true. Not because it wants you to fail, but because it is programmed to deliver whatever is most deeply believed. Imagine planting seeds in a fertile field. The soil does not care whether the seed is for a beautiful flower or a poisonous weed. It simply nurtures whatever is sown. The subconscious works in exactly the same way. This is both empowering and daunting because it means that your internal narratives, the stories you repeat to yourself even unconsciously, are quietly organizing your reality. You become what you habitually believe. So the question is not whether you are using your subconscious power, but how. Most people drift through life without ever realizing this force is active. They are caught in patterns established long ago, perhaps in childhood, when beliefs were formed and reinforced by family, culture, or painful experience. But the great news is this: no matter how old the story, no matter how entrenched the habit, you can begin to rewrite it, starting now. Joseph Murphy's teachings always return to one core principle: whatever you impress upon the subconscious, you will express in your life. This is not wishful thinking, but a law of mind as real as gravity. If you want to change your results, you must first change the mental patterns beneath them. This is why Murphy insists that real transformation starts within, not without. But how do you actually do this? How do you shift your subconscious script from limitation to possibility, from struggle to ease, from scarcity to abundance? The answer is surprisingly simple, though not always easy. It begins with conscious awareness. You must become an observer of your own thoughts, especially the quiet ones that slip by unnoticed. The doubts, fears, and automatic reactions that seem so natural are actually habits of mind, habits that can be changed. Take a moment right now to listen in. What are the stories you tell yourself most often? Are they about your potential, your capacity to heal, your ability to love, to prosper? Or are they replaying scenes of disappointment, missed opportunities, and old hurts? This is not about blame. It is about taking responsibility in the deepest sense for what you allow to grow in the garden of your mind. Murphy teaches that one of the most powerful ways to change these patterns is through affirmation and visualization. Not the shallow repetition of phrases you do not believe, but the deep emotional acceptance of new possibilities. When you vividly imagine a new outcome, feeling it as if it were already true, your subconscious cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. It takes the image as a command and begins to organize circumstances, attitudes, and even chance events to bring it about. This is not a quick fix, and it is not magic. It is the disciplined application of a timeless principle. You must persist, especially when the old patterns push back. Every time you choose to focus on what you want rather than what you fear, you are training your subconscious to deliver a different future. This is why Murphy recommended daily practice, especially before sleep, when the mind is most receptive to new impressions. But there is something even deeper at work. Underneath all the techniques and exercises lies a profound truth. Your subconscious mind responds to the beliefs you hold about yourself and about life itself. If deep down you believe you are unworthy, success will always slip through your fingers no matter how hard you try. If you secretly believe the world is hostile or unfair, you will find evidence to confirm it again and again. Your outer world will mirror your inner world. This is why Murphy's approach is so transformative. He teaches not just how to change your thoughts, but how to change your core beliefs about who you are and what is possible. This is not easy, because many of these beliefs were learned when you were very young, before you had the ability to question them. But now, as an adult, you have the power to examine, challenge, and replace them with beliefs that support your highest good. Begin by questioning the stories you have inherited. Are they really true? Or are they simply old patterns passed down from others who were doing the best they could with what they knew? The moment you question a limiting belief, you weaken its hold. The moment you affirm a new possibility, you plant a new seed. As you do this work, you will notice subtle shifts. You may begin to react differently to familiar situations. Old triggers lose their power. New opportunities appear where before there was only frustration. This is the subconscious mind in action, not through struggle, but through alignment. Joseph Murphy believed that everyone, regardless of background or circumstance, has the right to live a life of peace, abundance, and fulfillment. He saw the subconscious mind not as a mysterious or mystical force, but as a natural part of who you are. Its laws are always operating, whether you are aware of them or not. The choice is whether to become a conscious participant in your own creation. Remember, every thought you think, every image you hold, every word you speak is a suggestion to your subconscious. The more you reinforce a new idea with emotion and repetition, the faster it becomes reality. This is why so many people, after learning these principles, find themselves experiencing breakthroughs in areas where they once felt stuck. The change is not outside, it is inside, reflected outward. This is the work. Not to control every thought, but to become so aware of your inner landscape that you naturally begin to choose thoughts, beliefs, and images that support your dreams. It takes courage, persistence, and above all, self-compassion. You will slip into old patterns sometimes, but each time you return to awareness, you strengthen your power. In the next part, you will learn practical steps to harness the power of your subconscious mind, transforming timeless wisdom into daily action. You will discover how small shifts in focus can create profound changes in experience and how to make this process a natural, joyful part of your life. If you truly want to change your life, you must become intentional about the way you use your mind. The subconscious, as Joseph Murphy teaches, is always at work, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, absorbing every impression, every feeling, every dominant idea that you allow to take root. Most people live on autopilot, letting old beliefs and emotional reactions drive their decisions. But when you understand that you can direct this inner force, you become the true author of your reality. The starting point is awareness. You must learn to notice your internal dialogue, especially in moments of stress, disappointment, or uncertainty. What do you tell yourself when things don't go your way? Do you immediately fall back on old narratives of defeat, or do you pause and consciously choose a new interpretation? This small moment of pause is everything. It is the opening through which new possibilities can enter. Murphy suggests that one of the most effective tools for reprogramming the subconscious is the practice of affirmations. But real affirmation is much more than repeating positive words mechanically. It is the deliberate act of selecting empowering ideas, combining them with strong feeling, and allowing them to sink deeply into your mind. The most powerful affirmations are simple, present tense, and believable to you right now. For example, instead of declaring, "I am a millionaire," which may feel fake if you're struggling financially, start with, "Every day, I am becoming more open to abundance. Let your affirmation grow with your confidence. Another tool Murphy advocates is visualization. The subconscious responds vividly to mental images, especially when they are charged with emotion. Picture yourself living the outcome you desire as if it were happening now. Engage all your senses. See the details, feel the emotions, hear the sounds, taste the success. The more real you make it in your imagination, the more your subconscious accepts it as a blueprint to follow. Many athletes, performers, and successful entrepreneurs use this technique instinctively, creating a mental rehearsal that prepares the mind and body for achievement. But what about setbacks? What about the times when you fall back into old patterns despite your best intentions? This is where self-compassion becomes essential. Transformation is not a straight line. Old beliefs are persistent, and they will surface, especially when you are tired, stressed, or afraid. Instead of criticizing yourself for slipping, use these moments as opportunities for deeper understanding. Ask yourself, what belief is driving this reaction? Where did I learn it? Is it true or just familiar? By bringing gentle curiosity to your inner world, you begin to loosen the grip of the past. Murphy emphasizes the importance of gratitude as a bridge between desire and realization. When you practice gratitude, you shift your focus from what is lacking to what is already present and possible. This shift creates a feeling of abundance even before your circumstances change and signals to your subconscious that you are ready to receive more. Make it a habit to notice small blessings throughout your day. The warmth of sunlight, a kind word, a moment of peace. The more you focus on gratitude, the more reasons you find to be grateful. Another crucial aspect is the power of repetition. The subconscious learns through consistency. Just as physical muscles are strengthened through repeated use, mental patterns are established through frequent, focused attention. If you want to create a new belief, you must feed it regularly. This is why Murphy recommends practicing your chosen affirmation or visualization at the same times every day, upon waking and before sleep, when your mind is especially receptive. Consistency is the secret ingredient that turns intention into reality. Let's get practical. Imagine you want to overcome a fear that has been holding you back. Begin by identifying the specific belief at the root of your fear. Perhaps it is the thought, "I am not good enough," or "I always fail when I try something new." Write this belief down, then challenge it with evidence from your own life. When have you succeeded? When have you shown courage or creativity? Use these examples to construct a new, empowering affirmation, such as, "I am capable of learning and growing through every experience." Visualize yourself facing the feared situation with calm and confidence. Feel the relief and pride of having acted in alignment with your true potential. Every day, reinforce this new belief with repetition and emotional engagement. Whenever the old fear surfaces, gently redirect your attention to the new affirmation and image. It may feel awkward at first, but over time, your subconscious will begin to accept this new pattern as normal. You will notice subtle changes in your thoughts, your feelings, and eventually your actions. Murphy also teaches the power of letting go. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, an old belief or emotional wound clings tightly. In these moments, practice surrender. Instead of fighting against the unwanted thought or feeling, simply observe it, accept its presence, and gently release it. Imagine handing it over to a higher wisdom or allowing it to dissolve in the light of awareness. This act of surrender does not mean giving up on your desires. It means trusting that your subconscious is always moving you toward your highest good, even when the path is unclear. You may find it helpful to keep a journal of your inner journey. Record your affirmations, visualizations, moments of insight, and even your setbacks. Over time, you will notice patterns, breakthroughs, and gradual shifts in your beliefs and experiences. This process of reflection deepens your self-awareness and reinforces the changes you are making. Above all, remember that this work is not about perfection, but progress. Every small step you take, every moment of awareness, every conscious choice is building momentum in your favor. The subconscious mind is vast, powerful, and deeply loyal. With patience and persistence, you can teach it to support your highest intentions. In the next part, we will explore real-life stories and examples of transformation. How ordinary people, just like you, have used the principles of Joseph Murphy to heal relationships, attract abundance, and find purpose. You will see that these methods are not just theoretical, but practical and accessible, no matter where you start. Transformation is never just theory. It happens in real lives, in the quiet moments when someone dares to believe that change is possible, even if they have tried and failed 1,000 times before. The teachings of Joseph Murphy have touched millions around the world, not because they promise instant miracles, but because they offer a practical path, a way to shift from resignation to real power, from struggle to breakthrough. Take the story of Emily, a young woman burdened by years of self-doubt and chronic anxiety. Her childhood had been colored by messages that she was not good enough, that she had to work twice as hard as everyone else just to be accepted. These beliefs settled deep into her subconscious, shaping every relationship, every goal, every setback. When Emily first discovered Murphy's teachings, she was skeptical. Could changing her thoughts really change her reality? But out of desperation, she decided to try. She began each morning with a new affirmation. I am worthy of love and success. At first, the words felt hollow, even ridiculous. Her mind pushed back with every objection, every memory of failure. But Emily persisted. She wrote the affirmation on her bathroom mirror, repeated it quietly before sleep, and visualized herself living with confidence and ease. It took weeks, then months for the first changes to appear. Emily noticed that her anxiety, once constant, would occasionally subside. She found herself speaking up in meetings, trying new things, reaching out to friends. The old fears still whispered, but their power was fading. Over time, her relationships improved. She was offered new opportunities at work, and, most importantly, she began to feel at home in her own skin. The shift did not come from external change alone, but from the new beliefs she had planted deep within. This is the miracle-working power of the subconscious, as Joseph Murphy describes it. The process is available to everyone, regardless of past mistakes, current challenges, or present circumstances. It begins with a single step, the decision to change the inner story. Consider another example. Michael, a man facing financial difficulties after a series of failed business ventures. Every time he tried to start again, old beliefs about scarcity and lack would surface. Thoughts like, I never have enough, or money is hard to come by. These ideas, seeded long ago, kept repeating like a broken record, creating a cycle of stress and disappointment. Inspired by Murphy, Michael decided to experiment with new affirmations and visualizations. He wrote, "Abundance flows to me effortlessly," and spent a few minutes each day imagining himself surrounded by opportunities, feeling grateful for every sign of progress, no matter how small. At first, nothing seemed to happen, but Michael stuck with it, refusing to let setbacks define him. He noticed that his attitude toward money began to soften. He became more open to new ideas, less anxious in conversations about finances, more willing to invest in himself. Over several months, unexpected opportunities appeared. A freelance project here, a new partnership there, a friend offering advice that led to a breakthrough. The external changes followed the internal shift, just as Murphy predicted. What these stories reveal is simple but profound. The subconscious mind does not care about your past failures or current limitations. It responds only to the beliefs you nurture and repeat. Every day, you have the chance to plant new seeds, to water them with attention and emotion, and to watch as new realities take root. You don't need dramatic circumstances or extraordinary talent to benefit from these principles. Ordinary people use them every day to heal relationships, restore health, find purpose, and create abundance. The key is persistence. Old patterns do not disappear overnight, but with patient, gentle repetition, even the deepest beliefs can shift. Think of the subconscious mind as a garden. For years, you may have allowed weeds to grow unchecked, beliefs of unworthiness, fear, resentment, or scarcity. The first step is not to curse the weeds, but to start planting something new. Every affirmation, every visualization, every moment of gratitude is a seed. Some will sprout quickly, others will take time. Your job is to keep tending the garden, trusting that the process is working, even when you cannot see immediate results. Another important insight is the role of environment. The people you spend time with, the information you consume, the routines you follow, all influence the suggestions you give your subconscious. If you surround yourself with negativity or constant criticism, it is much harder to maintain empowering beliefs. Murphy advises creating an environment that supports your growth, reading inspiring books, spending time with positive people, limiting exposure to toxic influences. These small changes reinforce the new beliefs you are cultivating, making it easier for your subconscious to accept them as normal. Practical action is also essential. The subconscious is not a magic wand. It sets the stage, creates the conditions, but you must step forward and act on the opportunities that arise. When you feel a nudge to reach out, to apply for a new job, to start a creative project, listen to that intuition. It is often the subconscious, working in harmony with your conscious mind, pointing you in the direction of your highest good. Many people wonder why their affirmations or visualizations do not seem to work. The answer, according to Murphy, often lies in underlying resistance or contradiction. If you repeat, "I am successful," but secretly believe you are destined to fail, your subconscious receives a mixed message. The solution is to start where you are. Find affirmations that feel possible. Stretch your belief gently and let success build upon itself. With each small win, your confidence grows and your subconscious accepts more ambitious ideas. Let's return to the stories. Maria, for example, used these principles to heal from a chronic illness. She combined medical treatment with daily visualization, picturing her body healing, her cells vibrant and strong. She affirmed, "Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better." The journey was not linear. There were setbacks, moments of doubt, and times when fear seemed overwhelming. But Maria kept returning to her practice, trusting the process. Over time, her health improved, and she experienced a level of peace she had never known before. The common thread in all these stories is not luck or chance, but conscious application of the principles Joseph Murphy taught. The subconscious mind is always listening, always creating. Your task is to give it the right instructions, to reinforce them with feeling, and to persist long enough to see the results. You may be wondering how to begin. Start small. Choose one area of your life where you would like to see change. Identify the beliefs that have been holding you back and craft a new affirmation or visualization that speaks directly to your desire. Practice daily with patience and openness. Record your journey. Notice the shifts. Celebrate the progress. Trust that your subconscious is working even when you cannot see it. As you continue, you will find that transformation becomes easier. The old patterns lose their power and new possibilities appear. You become more resilient, more creative, more at peace. The journey is ongoing, but every step brings you closer to the life you truly want. In the next part, we will explore advanced techniques and insights to deepen your connection with the subconscious. Methods that combine ancient wisdom with modern science, giving you even greater tools for transformation. Stay present, stay engaged. The journey is only just beginning. The true mastery of your subconscious mind begins when you realize it is not a one-time event, but a lifelong journey. Every day brings new challenges, unexpected changes, moments of doubt, and fresh opportunities. The question is not whether you will face setbacks or distractions, but how you will respond. Joseph Murphy emphasized that true transformation is sustained through daily practice, curiosity, and self-compassion. No one arrives at a state of perfection. Rather, those who truly evolve are the ones who return to their inner work again and again, no matter what life brings. One of the most powerful ways to stay aligned with your subconscious is through the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness is not about emptying your mind or escaping your thoughts, but about noticing what is happening inside you, right now, without judgment. As you become more aware of your mental landscape, you start to see which thoughts are helpful, which ones are limiting, and which patterns keep repeating. This awareness is your greatest tool for change. When you catch yourself slipping into old beliefs or negative self-talk, simply observe it, name it, acknowledge it, then gently redirect your attention to your new affirmation or desired image. The more you practice this, the faster your subconscious learns to let go of the old and embrace the new. Murphy often spoke about the power of the subconscious in relation to faith and expectation. Scientific studies have shown that the brain is highly responsive to belief. What you truly expect, you are far more likely to experience. This is not wishful thinking, but a well-documented psychological effect known as the expectancy theory. Your brain and body respond to what you believe is possible. When you expect success, healing, connection, or abundance, you unconsciously take actions and notice opportunities that move you in that direction. Faith in this sense is not limited to religious belief. It is the deep trust that your efforts are working, even when you cannot yet see the results. It is the willingness to persist in your practice, even when doubts arise. It is knowing that the seeds you plant in your subconscious will bear fruit, so long as you continue to water them with attention and positive emotion. If you find faith difficult, start with small experiments. Pick one area of your life, apply these principles with sincere effort, and watch what changes over the coming weeks. Allow your own experience to build your trust. Another advanced technique is the use of mental rehearsal. Athletes, performers, and top professionals use this method to prepare for challenges, train their minds and bodies, and overcome self-doubt. In mental rehearsal, you vividly imagine yourself performing a task or handling a situation successfully, over and over, until it feels natural. The subconscious cannot distinguish between real experience and a well-crafted mental image. By rehearsing success in your mind, you prepare yourself to succeed in reality. To deepen this effect, combine your mental rehearsal with strong emotion. Imagine the pride, gratitude, and excitement you will feel when you achieve your goal. See the details, feel the sensations, hear the sounds, taste the victory. Engage every sense, making the experience as vivid as possible. The more real it feels, the more powerfully your subconscious accepts it as true. As you become more skilled in working with your subconscious, you may encounter moments when resistance rises. Old fears, doubts, or memories might resurface, especially when you are close to a breakthrough. This is not a sign of failure, but a natural part of growth. The subconscious mind is protective by nature. It wants to keep you safe, even if that means clinging to familiar discomfort. When resistance appears, do not fight it. Instead, welcome it as a sign that you are on the edge of transformation. Take a breath, return to your affirmations, and remind yourself why you started this journey. It can also be helpful to share your intentions with others you trust. Social support reinforces your new beliefs and provides encouragement when challenges arise. You might join a group, find a mentor, or simply talk with a friend who shares your values. The process of speaking your goals aloud, receiving feedback, and celebrating progress together strengthens the changes you are making. A crucial aspect of this journey is self-forgiveness. At times, you will fall back into old habits, forget your affirmations, or react in ways you regret. This is not a failure. It is a normal part of the human experience. Instead of criticizing yourself, treat each setback as a chance to learn. Ask, what can I take from this moment? What does it teach me about my beliefs and needs? Every time you choose self-compassion over self-criticism, you reinforce your new patterns at the deepest level. Modern science continues to reveal the incredible power of the subconscious mind. Studies in neuroplasticity show that the brain is constantly rewiring itself in response to thoughts, emotions, and experiences. New neural pathways form as you repeat new beliefs and actions. Over time, what once felt impossible becomes second nature. This scientific understanding reinforces Murphy's timeless message: change your mind and your world will follow. If you are seeking deeper spiritual connection, remember that your subconscious is not separate from your soul or higher self. Many spiritual traditions teach that the subconscious is the bridge between your conscious intentions and the greater intelligence of the universe. When you align your thoughts and beliefs with love, truth, and abundance, you open yourself to guidance, synchronicity, and inspiration from sources beyond your rational mind. Trust the nudges, the intuitions, the moments of insight that arise when you are quiet and receptive. Your subconscious is always listening, always responding, always seeking to lead you toward your highest good. You may wonder how to sustain this work when life becomes busy, stressful, or uncertain. The answer is to create simple daily rituals that anchor your new beliefs. Set aside a few minutes each morning or evening to review your affirmations, visualize your goals, and express gratitude. Keep reminders in your environment, notes on your mirror, alarms on your phone, supportive quotes in your workspace. Small, consistent actions are more powerful than occasional bursts of effort. As you continue to grow, you will notice that your external world begins to reflect your internal shifts. Relationships deepen, opportunities multiply, old fears dissolve, new strengths emerge. This is not coincidence. It is the natural outcome of a mind and heart aligned with your truest values and desires. If at any point you feel lost or discouraged, return to the basics. Notice your thoughts, choose a new belief, visualize your desired outcome. Practice gratitude, be kind to yourself. These simple steps, repeated day after day, create a foundation that supports you through every season of life. In the next and final part, you will discover how to bring everything together, integrating the wisdom of Joseph Murphy with your unique journey, and stepping fully into your power as the conscious creator of your life. The journey is yours, and it continues with every thought, every feeling, every choice you make. Everything you have learned so far is not meant to remain as theory. Real transformation happens in action, in the choices you make moment by moment, in the courage to turn inward and question what you have always believed. Joseph Murphy's message is clear: you are the creator of your own experience. The subconscious mind is not a mysterious stranger. It is your oldest companion, quietly shaping your days according to the patterns you impress upon it. The invitation is to step fully into this role of conscious creator. Begin by recognizing that the journey never really ends. No matter how much progress you make, there will always be new challenges, new desires, new levels of growth. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect feeling, trust that you are ready now. Take one step, choose one thought, plant one new seed in the garden of your mind today. Review the techniques and principles you have explored. Affirmations charged with genuine emotion, vivid visualizations, daily gratitude, mindful self-awareness, letting go of the old, and practicing self-forgiveness. Each of these is a tool, a way to communicate with the deep intelligence within you. Use them not as rigid rules, but as living practices that adapt to your unique life. Notice what works for you. Trust your instincts. Allow the process to become a natural extension of who you are. Remember that your environment matters. Surround yourself with voices, images, and experiences that reinforce your new beliefs. Seek out inspiration, connection, and knowledge. If you stumble or face criticism from others, return to your own inner authority. No one knows your journey as deeply as you do. The world is full of opinions, but the only voice that truly shapes your reality is the one inside your own mind. As you move forward, you may encounter moments of resistance or doubt. This is not a sign to stop, but a sign that real change is happening. The subconscious mind resists the unfamiliar, clinging to the safety of what is known, even when the old patterns no longer serve you. Be patient with yourself. Gently persist. Celebrate small victories, no matter how minor they seem. Every shift, every new response is a mark of growth. One of the most empowering realizations is that you do not have to do this alone. There are countless others on a similar path, people seeking clarity, healing, purpose, and freedom. Reach out when you need support. Share your journey. Offer encouragement to those who are just beginning. In community, your progress is magnified. In giving, you receive. As you deepen your practice, pay attention to the subtle guidance that arises from within. Inspiration may come as a quiet thought, a strong feeling, or a sudden idea. When you are aligned with your subconscious, intuition flows more freely. Trust those nudges. Act on them, even if they do not make sense at first. The more you listen, the clearer your inner guidance becomes. When challenges arise, remember to come back to the basics. Breathe. Observe your thoughts without judgment. Choose a new belief, even if it feels awkward. Visualize your desired outcome, infusing it with feeling. Practice gratitude for what is, even as you reach for what could be. Progress is rarely linear. There will be days of doubt, setbacks, and fatigue. This is normal. What matters is your willingness to continue, to return, to begin again. The wisdom of Joseph Murphy endures because it is rooted in timeless truth. Human beings have always searched for meaning, purpose, and connection. The mind has always been the key, both a gatekeeper and a gateway. As you master your relationship with your subconscious, you claim greater freedom, greater creativity, and greater peace. Do not underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. Over time, these become habits, and habits become identity. You are not defined by your past, your mistakes, or your old stories. You are defined by what you choose to believe and how you choose to show up today. Every moment offers a new beginning. Every breath is a chance to align with your highest self. In the weeks and months ahead, notice how your life changes. Notice the new opportunities that appear, the relationships that deepen, the sense of ease that grows within you. These are not accidents. They are the natural consequences of a mind trained to expect the best, to look for possibilities, and to nurture growth. If ever you feel lost or discouraged, remember that you have the tools within you. Return to your affirmations. Visualize your desired outcome. Express gratitude, even for the smallest things. Seek the support of those who uplift you. Rest when you need to. The journey is not about perfection, but about presence, persistence, and self-love. Above all, recognize that the power you seek has always been yours. The subconscious mind responds to your direction. The world responds to your belief. You are the author of your story, the architect of your destiny. Everything you desire, peace, abundance, healing, love, is available to you starting with a single thought. Let this be your invitation. Commit today to being more conscious, more intentional, more loving with yourself and your mind. Make the invisible visible. Turn knowledge into practice and practice into transformation. As you do, you will not only change your own life, but inspire others to do the same. That is the real miracle, the ripple effect of one awakened mind. This is not the end, but a new beginning. With every thought, every choice, every day, you have the chance to create something extraordinary. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Step forward with courage and curiosity, knowing that the subconscious mind is always ready to follow your lead.